Here's the problem with AI music right now. Making the song is easy. Suno can do it, Udio can do it, but turning that song into a real music video, that's where things start to fall apart. The beat doesn't match, the visuals feel random, and the singer's mouth looks weird. And if you try to edit the whole thing yourself, you'll lose hours just trying to make it feel like an actual video. So today I'm testing out Freebeat.ai, the world's first AI music video agent. I'm going to show you how to take one AI song and run it through 3 different music video modes: one-click auto mode, a singing music video with lip sync, and full storytelling mode. And by the end, you'll see why this isn't just another AI video tool. Freebeat is basically an AI music video generator built specifically for songs, and that matters because most video tools are built for clips, not music. With Freebeat, you can drop in a Suno link, a Udio link, a SoundCloud track, a YouTube link, or upload your own song, and then it can create a full music video up to 6 minutes long with cinematic scenes, beat sync, lip sync, style control, and character consistency. So instead of trying to manually cut clips to the beat and find visuals, match lyrics, and keep the same character looking consistent, you can let the agent build the whole thing for you. In this video, you're gonna learn 3 things. First, the auto mode. I'm gonna drop in a song, touch almost nothing, and see if Freebeat can make the song usable in 1 click. Second, we're gonna use the singing music video feature. This is where we're gonna upload a custom character and test the lip sync feature. And third, the storytelling mode. This is where we're gonna see if Freebeat can turn an AI song into a real narrative music video instead of just random clips. The links to Freebeat.ai are going to be down in the description and the pinned comments. Use the link down there, sign up for a free account, and if you want to upgrade, there'll be a code down there for you guys to use to save 10% off the pro version. So once we've logged in, we can start creating our first videos. Now let's jump into the easiest workflow. Here on the homepage in the center, you'll see that it says make free videos, and it's asking us to either drop a Suno link, a Udio link, or a TikTok link, or really any link to music, or you can even generate music with Freebeat. We'll see that in a second, but I actually have some music that we can use for a test. So let's come over here to upload music. So now we are inside the Freebeat workspace, and over to the left, we can see the agent. We can also see the toolbox. We can add a new task. We can check out our library for past projects, but let's focus here on the center and start choosing our music. So you can either pick from the music they have available here, like trending. Now you can scroll through this list here and pick one of these example songs that they have here for you to use, or you can go over to My Assets by clicking here. Here you can see any music or assets that you've generated using Freebeat. Now if we go to use tracks, we can see the tracks that I've used in the past. We have a track that I've uploaded, the one that we generated, and this song here, which I picked using Freebeat AI. So for this example, I'm going to select my song. So now here we can see a visual representation of the track, and it's got the first 10 seconds highlighted. If we look underneath this, we can see the duration presets. If we click this, we can do 10 seconds all the way to 2 minutes, and we can even do full or custom. So we can do the full song. For this, I'm going to do 60 seconds. All right, so now I have a 60-second preset selected, and if I want to drag this anywhere in the track, I can do that. I'm going to drag it to right here, and then down here, if I want to preview that selection, I can click on play. That's perfect. Now that I've selected this portion here, I'm going to come down to confirm, and now it has selected that song, and we can actually start working with the agent. It says describe a specific vibe or leave blank to let AI follow the music. So here in the center is where you would type your prompt in. Here at the bottom, you have the option to add an image. If we click this, so you can generate an image and you can add images as references. And then down here, they have some options for you to pick from. Now next to the image option, we have the aspect ratio. If you click here, they have the perfect aspect ratios for Instagram and YouTube. You have 16:9 and 9:16 for Reels, Shorts, and TikToks. Now next to the aspect ratio, we have the resolution. So you have 720 and 1080p. Then you have captions. If you click here, you can select the captions. Scroll through here. There are a bunch of different presets that you can use, but you can select one of these to be the captions in your video. For example, if I wanted to use this, I could click here. I'm going to keep it at the karaoke. This is perfect. And you can also change the font. So let's click here. And you can scroll through here and pick a different font. We can do PT Sans. We can do effects as well. So if we look here, you can put this at the top. You can put this in the middle of the content or the bottom of the content. You can also add animations like a bounce. If you scroll through here, you can see all the different animations that you can add. And you can also change the color for the highlight. And if you click here on add lyrics, it will make sure to add the captions for the lyrics. I'm going to deselect that because we don't have any lyrics in our example. Also, you have the option here to remove the watermark. Below this, we have the option option to set this to either private or public. Right now, I'm going to leave it on private. Then here we have the agent version. So if I click here, you can see it says Freebeat 2.0, which is the newest agent. It's going to make this super simple for you. And then you also have Freebeat 1.0, which is their original agent. Next to this, we have the studio mode, which basically is the default model, but we can also click here on custom. And if you click here on this little gear icon, it opens up the custom model configuration panel. And here you can see the image model and the video generation model is set to GPT Image 2 and Seedance 2.0. Now, if we want to change the video model, we can click here and we can pick a different video model, each of them telling you how many credits it's going to use. Seedance 2.0 is one of the best models. So I'm going to leave that. And then down here, I'm going to click on continue. And for this, I'm going to give it a very simple prompt. If I put here retro, you'll see that it's giving me an option here. It says synthwave sunset driving down a neon highway. I can press tab to accept, but I'm going to put retro medieval visuals, 80s illustration, VHS aesthetic. Of course, you could be very detailed with your prompt, but for this example, we're going to go very simple. So I've written this out here, and I actually want the AI to help me improve this prompt. So down here at the right, there's this icon that looks like a little pencil. If you click this, it will actually enhance the prompt for you. So now we can see that it's populated the new prompt here. It says concept summary, a retro futuristic medieval adventure as if imagined by an 80s anime studio and presented on a worn VHS tape. Visual style, think vibrant saturated colors, reminiscent of 80s Saturday morning cartoons. That's exactly what I was looking for. And then it's got the key imagery here. It says knights in shining pixelated armor, mythical creatures rendered with bold lines and flat colors. Let's see how this comes out. I'm going to come over here and click on create. And now we are inside of the storyboard. If we look here at the top, you can see there are some options to click on. It says conversation, storyboard, and studio. Over here to the left, we can see our prompt input. Down at the bottom, we can attach files, and currently it's submitting the original prompt that we just gave it. So let's just give it a second to work on that. While it does that, let's click over here on conversation. You'll see it's just the chat. If you click on storyboard, this is where you are going to see your assets. We don't have any assets generated yet. And then if you click on studio, this is where you're going to see all your images, your videos, and the scene plans. Here in the chat, it says, I'll build a full music video for you. Let me set up the pipeline and start with the music analysis. If I open this up, you can see that it's analyzing the music that I gave it. So we're going to give it a second and let Freebeat do its thing. So now it's completed the analysis. In the center, we can see the music track. It's got a breakdown of the segmentation. It's got some audio details here, the BPM, the segments, and the duration. And then here it's got some lyrics. Over here to the left in our chat, we can see that it says, here's what's worth your attention before I lock in the visual world. Gives me the BPMs, clean, 4 on the floor, danceable. Gives me the mood. If we go down, it says the aha for this concept. The song is Ethereal Drift. Explosive release mirrors the VHS tape experience perfectly. A worn soft tape drifts in, and then tracking errors glitch hits at 41.2. 3 choices worth your eye right now. Here it's giving me 3 choices to pick from. It says the 41.2 second glitch turn in the spine, the ethereal drift, the mood, the outro, and the fade. It says approved to lock this, read, and move into the visual style framework, or tell me what to change. So I approved everything it gave me, and now it gave us a style framework. So over here it says the style 80s cell shaded anime transferred to a worn VHS tape. It's got the lens, the lighting, the palette, the VHS treatment, the aha of the visual, and then 3 calls worth your eye now. So it's pointing out the 3 things I should focus on, but I'm going to approve. Here in the center, we can also see that it broke down the visual style for us in more detail. So we've got the color palettes it's going to use, and it's got the lighting, the texture, the rationale, and the common style block. So now it's generated a creative brief for us, as we can see here. If we look back into the chat, it says creative brief, zenith of the neon spire, a lone knight's physical and spiritual ascent towards a synthwave glowing castle. That's perfect. That's exactly what I was thinking. It says cast 2 characters, locations 2 locations, and then it's got some breathing room. All right, I'm going to approve this as well. So I'm going to go approve. So we've used a very simple prompt. We've improved it with AI. And so far, all I've done is approved, approved, and approved. I'm trying to show you how simple this could be for a beginner and how powerful this could be for a pro. All right, so it looks like here in the chat, it's generating some of the visuals. So I like the aesthetic. It's kind of like synthwave, retro, 80s. Look, she's glowing. I think this is perfect for the music. So here it says the aha, the 6 anchors, 3 calls worth your eye. It's got the night image, the forest castle. Now, if you wanted to change any of these visuals, you could always click here on the storyboard, open this up, and you'll see the prompt that it actually used. So you could always reuse this prompt or make changes to it. Because it's going to use Seedance 2.0 as the model, this is going to come out great first try. So over here on the left in our storyboard now, we have the scene breakdown. So it breaks down each scene. It's 5 total scenes. It tells us exactly what's going on in each scene. We can make changes to this in the chat with the agent. Here it breaks down each scene by segment, time, location, mode. And let's scroll down and let's see here. It says the 3 calls worth my eye. Here it says scene O2 bridge. It's abstract motif. The muse appears as a shimmering scan, line, visage, not a person. This is the weirdest scene in the edit. If you want her to be more solid, grounded, just say so. The wasteland, lip sync scenes. I'm going to tell it to remove the lip sync scenes because there's no vocals in my song. So I'm going to hit send. So the agent has taken that into consideration, made some changes on the scene plan, and is now generating some scenes for us. All right, so now it has generated each of the scenes. We can see them here. In the chat, breaks it all down for us. If we scroll down to the bottom, it's got the storyboard broken down in a grid as well with the duration of each of the scenes. It says here, type approved to continue to camera, plus clips, plus post-production approved. Now it's done the camera plan. As you can see here in the chat, it's logged that down. It's also given me the estimated cost for the storyboard. I'm going to confirm and continue. So it looks like it's generated all 6 of the different clips. Now, if we look over here on the right, we can see the clips. We can preview them by clicking on them. So as you can see, Seedance 2.0 is doing its thing. This AI generation came out really great. So check this visual out. Look at that. Seedance 2.0 actually gets you some of those fluid movements much better and much more in control than a lot of the other tools. In comparison to VO, which will do movements and things like that, but sometimes not as fluid and as fast as Seedance. So I really like that shot. Now, if you wanted to change any of these shots, you could always just tell the agent over here to try again. So since we had all of our shots generated, I actually approved it, and now it's given us a post-production video, so a preview of the video. I'm going to start it from here, and let's click on this and check out a preview of the video. All right, so that's perfect. And of course, you could always tell the agent to regenerate the scenes and to run this again. But if you wanted to download this, you can come over here to the right, click on download, and you now have your AI generated music video. This is a great tool for musicians and artists that are independent and need to put out content. And let's say you wanted to edit this, you could also click here on edit, and it will take you over to a built-in editor that Freebeat has. It's pretty straightforward. On the left, you can see your scenes, you can see the text, so you can add text overlays, you can add music, you can also look at lyrics, presets, fonts, effects. You've also got the option to upload more assets like images. You can use these built-in stickers, emojis, and shapes, and they have different templates for you to apply. There are effects also that you can add here, and transitions. Basically, you could continue to fine-tune this content with their built-in editor. Let's come back to the main page. Now, Freebeat is packed with tools. If you look here at the image tools, they have all these different models that you can pick from. They also have all these different features that you can use. Same applies for video. They have all the top models here. And then on the left, you can see the features that they have, like video upscaling, draw to video, lip sync, modify videos. And then here in the audio tools, they also have a music generator. and they have the top models for you to access all completely for free. So let's come over to the music generator. Right now it's going to use Suno V5. It's got an option here to turn this into an instrumental. I don't want an instrumental. All right, so I'm going to use this prompt here. It says, write a pop punk song, musical masterpiece. The chorus and melody should all revolve around that's AI, AI did it, AI slop. The song is going to be like a comedic take on everything being AI slop today. So I'm going to click create and see what we come up with. Now back inside of our workspace here at the top, I want to point this out. You can see here the different tools that you can pick from. If you scroll to the left or to the right, you can see they have dance videos, music videos, lyric videos, full-length videos, AI videos, the music video agents, so the stuff we were just creating before, caption videos, lip sync videos, motion transfer, face swap, images, and music. While we wait for this to load, let me break this down. So here in the toolbox, if we click this, you'll see there are a plethora of different tools that you can pick from, and some of these are completely free. If you scroll down, you'll see they have their creative agents here, their music apps, their video apps, and also their image apps. So it looks like our song has generated. Let's check it out. I'm going to click here. Here we can see the title. We can see the prompt used here at the top, a visual that it's generated. So I'm going to click play so we can hear a preview.
I opened my feed, it was soup again. A cat in a suit and a fake best friend. My lunch was a face with a perfect grin. And the comments all said, where do we begin? My phone says, hey, we made this for you.
I think that's perfect for our example. We can now download the song here by clicking this. We can also delete the song and we can animate the song. We can also see the lyrics down here as well. If we scroll down, you can see them all. So now that we've generated a new song, we're going to use that and create another video, but I want to show you guys this real-time music video feature. So click here, and here in the center, like before, we can attach music, or we can create it, or we can upload music. So I'm going to click upload music. I'm going to go to use tracks. I'm going to find the song that we just generated. I'm going to go confirm, and then here it says describe the world you want to see. I'm going to paste in this simple prompt here. It says grainy VHS style pop punk performance featuring a tiny original mischievous alien creature lead singer in a studded leather jacket, ripped band tee, baggy jeans, chains, and combat boots. Let's hit create. So on the left, we can see the prompt that we used, and then down here, so here it's got a breakdown of the song that I gave it. It says for a preset, I recommend Digital Block Utopia Adventure. And then it says if you want something outside the presets, I try a custom vision of a distorted translucent human figure dissolving into a stream of glowing cyan, magenta. For now, let's go with the suggestion it gave me. Let's do Digital Block Utopia Adventure. So now here it's asking me what perspective I want. It says I recommend POV for this track because it turns the viewer into an active participant moving through shifting neon grid. It mirrors the intense energy of your chorus. So let's select POV. So here it's giving me a little breakdown and a checklist. I'm going to say, let's go.
I opened my feed, it was soup again. A cat in a suit and a fake best friend. My lunch was a face with a perfect grin. And the comments all said, where do we begin? My phone says, hey, we made this for you. A song about rain, but it's stainless blue. A picture of me in a borrowed age with 10,000 hands in a carbon page. Everybody's guessing, nobody's checking. Finger on the pulse, yeah, pulse keeps glitching. I try to touch truth, it's lit.
If you like what you see, you can click end session, and then it's going to finalize your music video over here. But if you want to regenerate that, you could always come over to the chat and steer the next shot. This real-time music video editor is great because it'll give you visuals and concepts right away. For example, if we wanted to do a different visual, come over here and click on, for example, Skull Striker, and we're going to do POV. I'm going to click here, let's go.
Made by hands or 100 blank commands. Hey, doesn't laugh, doesn't bleed, doesn't know what we need. Everybody's guessing, nobody's checking. Finger on the pulse, yeah, pulse keeps glitching. I want the missed note, I want the torn up, taking me the human face that the copies can't make. That's it, I did it, AI, I slop all night, we're drowning in the shine. That's it.
When you're generating this preview, there's actually an option down below here where you can type in these prompts, like you can see here in the chat, and throw in keywords or nudges to where you want the visuals to go. This is a fast way to create videos and visuals for your music and to actually modify it as you're building it out. You can literally type the prompts into it while it's generating the video, and it guides it in that direction. The last thing we're going to do is come over here to music video, and we're going to do singing music video. I'm going to click here. I'm going to add the music by clicking here. We're going to go to My Assets, We're going to click here on the song we generated. We're going to come down here. We're going to select a portion of the song. I'm going to move this over to the middle, and we're going to go confirm. Here we can leave this all as is, and let's do create. I'm trying to show you guys how simple this is. We didn't even use a prompt. I just connected the song that we generated, and now we're waiting for it to analyze the music track. We can see in the chat that because I didn't give it a visual, it's letting the music drive the creative direction of this. Perfect. So it has the music track. Here it says, do you want me to proceed with the visual style? So let's go, let's tell it to proceed. And this is going to give us some visual style ideas. So now it's given us a visual style here. I still haven't given it any direction. I'm going to approve this. Here on the right, we can see the visual style again, the creative brief. So it's generated our reference images like it did in the past. We have our character, our look, our location. I'm going to approve this. So now it's generated our scenes and our storyboard. We can see it here, our reference character there, the different locations that we saw earlier up here in our reference images. Let's come down here. Over here in the chat, it tells me the quantity of video segments it's going to generate, the unit per price, and the total credits. I'm going to hit confirm and continue. So now it's generated all of the shots here. If we click on one of these, press play. So all the shots are here. Everything looks good. I'm going to come over here and approve this as well. So after just a couple moments, it's now generated our final video. I'm going to render it and I'm going to download it by clicking here on render and download. Once that's done, I'll give you guys a preview. Once that's finished, it will automatically download the video for you. But if not, you can just click here on download. And now let's give this a preview.
Trust us, it's totally real. Everybody's posting, nobody's knowing. Fresh out the oven, but nobody's cooking. I want a little mess, I want a human crack. Give me the crooked line and the heart attack. That's AI, did it AI, slop all night. We're drowning in the shine. That's AI, did it AI. Type it, tweak it, lie, make it sound divine.
I hope that video was helpful, and remember the links to Freebeat.ai are down in the description and the pinned comments. You can use my code to get 10% off of a pro account. For those new here, I'm the avatar of John Kelly, one of the minds behind Digital Creator AI. We built this channel from scratch to over 110K, and we're helping creators and solopreneurs master the best AI tools, workflows, and strategies. So if that sounds like you, make sure to subscribe and turn on those notifications. Also, don't forget, if you want to turn your content on social media into an actual online business, you're going to need systems. So for a limited time, I'm hooking up my viewers with a free Instagram DM and comment automation tool so you don't have to pay for expensive apps like ManyChat. You'll never miss another comment or DM on Instagram, and I'll personally show you how I use it to get leads while I sleep and sell digital products on autopilot. If that sounds like something you need, the link is also down in the description. Sign up and let me know what you think. Now, if you're interested in taking your AI generated content to the next level and making sure your hooks, scripts, and copy sound authentic and human, watch the video showing up on the screen, and I'll catch you all in the next one.